Hi, I'm Torben Janssen from thoughtsonjava.org. JPA 2.1 added a list of nice features to the specification. One of them is the support for bulk update and delete operations in the Criteria API. The CriteriaUpdate and CriteriaDelete interfaces allow you to update or delete multiple database records with one query. That is a lot faster than updating or deleting a bunch of entities one by one. You can define an update statement with the CriteriaUpdate interface. As you can see in the code snippet, the syntax is similar to the definition of a criteria query. But be careful. Hibernate directly maps these operations to database update statements. Hibernate doesn't synchronize the persistence context with the result of the update operation, and there is no optimistic locking of the involved entities. If you use optimistic locking, you need to update the version column as part of your update statement, and you shouldn't update any records which are stored in the first or second level cache. Let's get into the IDE and have a more detailed look at it. Here you can see the same update operation as I showed you on the slide. I first get a criteria builder from the entity manager. I then use it to instantiate a criteria update implementation for the book entity. The following two lines define the update operation. I first set the book entity as the root of the update statement, and then I define the update clause. In this case, I want to increase the value of the price attribute by 10%. I therefore use the JPA meta model to tell Hibernate that I want to update the price attribute and set the new value to its current value multiplied with 1.1. This update statement will update all book entities. You can define a where clause if you only want to update a subset of the entities. Then I call the createQuery method on the entity manager to instantiate a query for the criteria update statement and execute it. As you can see here, Hibernate generated an SQL update statement which updates all records in the book table and increases the value of the price column by 10%. The usage of the CriteriaDelete interface for bulk delete operations is very similar to the definition of a criteria update. And it also has the same pitfall. The CriteriaDelete operation gets directly mapped to a database delete statement. Hibernate doesn't synchronize the persistence context with the result of the delete operation, and you need to be aware that Hibernate doesn't update its caches. This test case looks pretty similar to the previous one. I first get a criteria builder and use it to instantiate an implementation of the CriteriaDelete interface for the book entity. Then I call the from method to declare the from clause of the delete statement. That's all you have to do to remove all records in the books table. You can also define a where clause to limit the effect of the query to a specific set of records. Then I call the createQuery method on the entity manager to instantiate a query for the CriteriaDelete statement and execute it. As you can see here, Hibernate generated two SQL statements. The first one removes all records from the book author association table, and the second one deletes the records in the books table. Okay, that's it for today. If you want to learn more about Hibernate, you should join the free Thoughts on Java library. It gives you free access to a lot of member-only content, like a cheat sheet for this video and an ebook about the Java 8 support in Hibernate 5. I'll add the link to it to the video description below. And if you liked today's video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe below. Bye!